on Facebook. Now this next game, it's as big as it gets. Unioto and Southeastern met up tonight in a game that puts the winner in the driver's seat of the SVC. And for that reason, this one was our game of the week.
165 pounds, he's not good.
All right, so for this big game of the week, we sent SVC reporter Nick Niehaus out there. Nick, what did you see out there?
Joseph, this game is basically the conference championship with both teams undefeated in conference play. And with playoffs in the crosshairs for both teams, I guess you can say this one's pretty important. So now here we see these are the seniors. This is their last time running onto the field, so they're going to try to make this one last against Unioto. And here we see Unioto with the ball. This is Gabe Fisher with the quarterback keeper up the left end. This is number 33, taking it 33 yards. This possession will stall, however, giving Southeastern the ball. So now here's Lane Ruby, quarterback for Southeastern, and he is sacked, giving Unioto the ball right back. So Unioto trying to capitalize, and Gabe Fisher, just watch this closely, he hurdles a defender and goes out of bounds. Now later in the possession, Gabe Fisher, he takes it to the air, this time finding Chance Smith, and nobody is around him. Chance Smith takes this one 49 yards for the touchdown. First score of the game, making it 7-0 Unioto. Later in the quarter, Gabe Fisher with another quarterback keeper and another hurdle into the end zone. Now it's 14-0 Unioto in the second quarter. So Southeastern, they're trying to find some mojo. And here's Lane Ruby in the air again, finding Carson Stouffer on the halfback draw. And he's going to take it out of the sideline, however. And Lane Ruby again through the air finds John Winfield in the end zone, making it 6-14. Now that was their first touchdown of the game, but it would not be their last, as they scored two unanswered touchdowns in the second half to win the game 18-14.
You know, me and you were talking before the show. We saw a lot of Unioto highlights there and what we saw on the screen, but you know, Southeastern was really the story of this game. How was their offense able to get going?
Joey P., in that first half, that Unioto defense really stepped up and came to play. Anything up the middle for Southeastern was basically a wasted play offensively because that tank defensive line ate absolutely everything up. Now, after we left, the second half is a completely different story. Southeastern, who normally sticks to the modified wishbone offense, had to switch it up to even score going to the air for 2 touchdowns. Now, Southeastern was able to cut their first half deficit in the fourth quarter with a touchdown, and on the ensuing kickoff, Unioto fumbled it, giving it right back to Southeastern, who took advantage and scored their third touchdown, taking the lead back with a few minutes left in the game.
So it seemed like Southeastern's offense, they got it together. But, you know, what happened to that Unioto offense in the second half? Seems like they just went nowhere.
Yeah, as we saw, the Unioto offense during the first half was pretty dominant. Quarterback Gabe Fisher was an absolute tank on the ground, but they had one major flaw: penalties. Penalties absolutely killed the Shermans. They ended the game with 23 penalties, totaling 178 yards. That lack of discipline is really what gave Southeastern the edge and gave them extra life in the second half to take the lead and finish this game with a victory. And with that victory, Southeastern was able to keep their perfect season alive and now are heavy favorites to take the crown in the Scioto Valley Conference.
Man, undefeated. It looks like they could win the SVC. They're in the driver's seat now. It's incredible, isn't it? We appreciate your good work, Nick. We'll see you some other time, my man. Well, with all the action from across the area tonight, we had to take a very close